Assalamu alaikum. Nama saya Edham Foco dari Sarajevo. Saya pengarah di Jazeera Balkans. Saya ada pangkat. Assalamu alaikum. Nama saya Edham Foco. Saya dari Sarajevo. Ada pengarah di Jazeera Balkans. Saya ada ponton 2 krat. Mari membeli si daun pandan, tonton Syahadah di bulan Ramadan. Lagi 1 kali. Assalamualaikum, nama saya Edham Foco. Saya dari Sarajevo, pengarah TV Jazeera Balkans. Saya ada ponton 2 krat. Mari membeli si daun pandan, tonton Syahadah di bulan Ramadan. Atau too serious?
Okay, rolling.
Assalamualaikum, nama saya Edham Foco dari Sarajevo. Saya pengarah di Jazeera Balkans. Saya ada pantun 2 krat. Mari membeli si daun pandan, tonton Syahadah di bulan Ramadan.
Syahadah.
Going back in history, Bosnia-Herzegovina's role in world civilization goes way back to the First World War in 1914, when its main city, Sarajevo, played a major role in shaping the future of the country. It all began when a prince from the Austro-Hungarian Empire was killed by Serbian nationalists in Sarajevo. Once the First World War ended, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Slovenia and Vojvodina were handed over by the Austrians to Serbia-Montenegro, and this subsequently led to the establishment of Yugoslavia, or better known as South Slavia. However, in 1941, with the collapse of communist rule, Yugoslavia crumbled and things got worse with the death of its president, Tito, in 1980 that resulted in the formation of several breakaway regions. Today, after 21 years of achieving peace from the 1992-95 war, Bosnia-Herzegovina rose from the ashes of war, which led to the establishment of Jazeera Balkan.
Jazeera Balkans became the first regional news channel. It spread very well. Today is the most distributed channel in the former Balkans. Yeah, we at the moment have about 250 staff that are not only based in Bosnia. We have, of course, main operation is in Sarajevo. We have our office in Banja Luka, which is also part of Bosnia. We have mini studios in Zagreb, Belgrade, and Skopje in Macedonia. We have correspondent in Brussels, in Montenegro, in United States, our own correspondents. We, of course, also utilize Al Jazeera English and Arabic correspondents. 250 guys, I often say we have 6 people in administration, 244 people in production. It's a very efficiently run channel. It's not very expensive, even though the technology is very modern and state of the art. We nowadays can run our news.
Since its launch on November 11, 2011, Al Jazeera Balkan has attracted viewers not only from Bosnia-Herzegovina, but also other Balkan states, including Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, Slovenia, and many other European countries.
I'm Erdoana Pribinja and I'm a journalist. I'm working for Al Jazeera for 5 years now. And before Al Jazeera, I worked as a journalist more than 15 years. Actually, it is very interesting here on Al Jazeera. They actually give you everything to do your job professionally. So you have all the opportunities to just do your job professionally. So for us journalists, Al Jazeera is really a huge thing because before Al Jazeera, press freedom in Bosnia, and not just in Bosnia, all over the region, wasn't something we could be proud of. And when Al Jazeera came, actually we could do our job and we could be ourselves. So in that sense, being journalists and being a reporter for Al Jazeera is like really dream come true.
Al Jazeera Balkans was the first TV globally that has shown that there is these Balkan routes of refugees. We recorded more than 2 years ago, when people didn't even know that refugees are smuggling themselves to Greece, and from Greece going to Macedonia, Serbia, trying to find a final destination in Germany. Our journalist, equipped with just GoPro camera and the what you call it, small bag, he went to the mountains. He actually smuggled himself through 3 different national borders and showed the plight of these guys. So we do excellent documentary and the research work, and all this within, as I said, fairly limited, I cannot say limited budget, but without unnecessary expenses. And I think the owners, that is Al Jazeera based in Doha, is so far very happy with the impact that Al Jazeera Balkans made in the region.
Dakle, vidjet ćemo u nastavku kakve su reakcije u Srebrenici.
As an indispensable employee of Al Jazeera Balkan, Adwana Prebinya is responsible in providing live crossovers, especially those involving high-profile and serious topics and issues.
Na ovim drugim općinama od 1992. godine za vrijeme rata u Bosni i Hercegovini također desio genocid, a potom su razočarani i samom dužinom dosuđene. Actually, yes, we are based, our main studio is here in Sarajevo, but otherwise we have a lot of people all around Balkans who covers the story from all region. But the Balkans region is not our, like, the only field we cover. We cover actually whole Europe. We cover the world. For example, in 10 days I'm going to Ankara, and then I'm going to Istanbul, and after I came back, maybe I'm going to Republika Srpska somewhere. The challenge is huge, but I wouldn't say that being reporter on Al Jazeera is like more challenge or being reporter on BBC or CNN or whatever. So as I said, the most important thing is to follow the rules and be good at what you're doing. So about ethnicity, you mentioned that. Yes, sometimes for me it is challenging to go, for example, in Serbia or somewhere in Republika Srpska to cover some events. But what is important is not to be afraid of.
It is also interesting that in the history, this is first time that a channel based in Sarajevo is actually exporting news to other regional centers. Normally, big cities like Belgrade and Zagreb, they contain the media and then they exported the news to us. This time is reverse. Being part of Al Jazeera network is also very helpful to us because we do daily news reporting for Al Jazeera English and Al Jazeera Arabic, which opens this area of the world to the Arab viewers.
Al Jazeera Balkan's 24-hour news coverage deals in basically every aspect of news coverage in any location. The latest was its coverage of the reopening of a historic mosque in Banja Luka on May 7th. The Farhadiya Mosque, which was destroyed in the 1992 war, was set to be rebuilt in 2001, but repair works had to stop due to protests from the Christian community. Al Jazeera Balkan's coverage of the historic opening was eagerly awaited by the majority Bosnian Muslims as it symbolizes the loss and sufferings of the Muslims from Serbian aggressions. When visiting Bosnia-Herzegovina, remember to visit as many destinations around the country as possible, as this mountainous region is so full of beautiful sights to explore. Apart from Sarajevo, put on your must-see list unforgettable locations such as Mostar, Konjic, Lake Pokoško and Banja Luka. One of the distinct aspects of Bosnia-Herzegovina is that the people are a complex combination of three main ethnicities: the Bosnian Muslims, the Orthodox Christian Serbs, and the Catholic Croats. But one thing that sticks out if we look closely at the buildings and architecture of this country is its Turkish influence. This is especially so with Turkish influence playing an important role in its culture, as Bosnia-Herzegovina was once part of the great Ottoman Empire's rule in the 15th century. It is not surprising then, aside from its buildings, the Bosnian people are themselves very much influenced by Turkish culture. Going back to Al Jazeera Balkan's role in this rising nation's broadcasting sector, its news coverage play a part in disseminating information and news to viewers, as it enabled the Bosnian, Serbian and Croatian-speaking population to tune in to their favorite programs according to their respective needs. Previously, the people of this Balkan state was only furnished with information and news by the Western media, such as CNN. As the eyes and voice in sharing news and information demanded by the public, Al Jazeera Balkan also airs documentaries after its daily news feed at 2 in the morning. Each of this international media organization staff, especially its journalists and cameramen, are always on standby to be assigned jobs in the field either inside the country or overseas. Al Jazeera Balkan is wholly owned by Al Jazeera Media Network, which is based in Qatar. It began operations in 1996 and is considered as one of the few unbiased news media not subject to any political affiliation. As a result, Al Jazeera Balkan's news coverage is unrestrained and does not follow the conventional method of news coverage practiced by most mainstream international media organizations, which consistently air negative news items, especially on Islam. Despite being a greenhorn in the field of broadcasting, Al Jazeera Balkan, under the guidance of Edham Foco, aims to make a big impact in the field of broadcasting, not only in the Balkans, but also globally.
Salam alaikum and salama datang to Al Jazeera Balkans. This is MCR or Master Control Room. My name is Selma and I'm working here. I'm going to show you what do we actually do here. So this is Master Control Room. We do acquisition of live feeds over fiber or satellite, usually by satellite. Also we do a quality check of all input feed. We check audio, we check video, is everything according to Al Jazeera standards.
Salma's role as an engineer is to monitor the materials aired on Al Jazeera Balkan within the confines of this main control room, the heart of this station.
We make sure that our uplink signal is functioning properly. We monitor receiving levels, we monitor output power. This is especially important when it's heavy raining outside or when it's snowing during the winter. That's most important. So we don't want to lose signal on satellite, so we check it more often at those times. So we downlink signals and make sure that everything is ready for live events. Most stressful time for us is, for example, during elections and or some kind of important visits to this part of the world. What we have here in the same room with us is Playout. Playout takes care of everything that goes on air in our program. They have documentaries, and because we are a news channel, they have mostly news hours. So they take care of that, of our output program, and also They make sure that everything is okay on our radio channel because we have radio station here. So when it's news hour, we go with that on air, and when it's not, we play some kind of appropriate music. Usually classical type, nothing modern and things like that.
Sigurnosnih snaga Egipta, uglavnom na Sinajskom poluostrvu.
Terenac se zaustavio ispred njih. 3 maskirana čovjeka s modernim automatskim mitraljezima iskočila su iz prtljažnika.
The preparation involved in airing the latest news is done professionally, as Al Jazeera Balkan prioritized on employing people who are well trained and possess years of experience in the field of news and broadcasting. Aside from employing Bosnians as part of its trained personnel, Al Jazeera Balkan also recruits professionals from neighboring Serbia and Croatia. These 3 ethnic groups were enemies during the war, but today, after 20 years, Bosnians, Serbians and Croatians are able to sit and work together. Al Jazeera Balkan always makes certain that its news coverage are not one-sided and that its journalists, cameramen, editors and producers are responsible for each item they put on air. Edham Foco demands that they pride themselves on the best work ethics and do not work for the sake of earning a wage and sharing basic information. Edham was pleased to share with us his experience while studying in Malaysia in the early 1990s.
Bila kita datang ke Malaysia, Malaysia ada mungkin 5 atau 6 university yang state university dan UIA, which is half private, half official. Tapi sekarang ada ramai private university Petronas, university tenaga, university cyber, yang Limco Queen University, Multimedia University. Ada sekarang mungkin 50 university dalam Malaysia, Stanford College dan ada berapa bila kita datang ke Malaysia mungkin dalam seluruh Malaysia ada 200-300 atau 500 pelajaran foreigners. Sekarang ada 50,000.
Syahadah, satu lafaz berbeza rasa.
The Syahadah cruise journey in the land of Bosnia-Herzegovina, especially our opportunity to watch the day-to-day operation of an international news station, Al Jazeera Balkan, was an experience we will never forget. We consider ourselves lucky, as not many other TV stations are given the permission to enter the Al Jazeera Balkan building, let alone record on video its daily operation activities. We were lucky as we brought along Haji Sufyan, our coordinator, Ikram Latif's uncle, who once worked for the International Islamic University of Malaysia, IIUM, in charge of student affairs in the early 90s, including Edham Foco himself. And as a result, we were given the freedom to record our experience not given to any other foreign production teams. Our heartfelt thanks to Edham Foco for allowing RTM to witness and document the secrets behind Al Jazeera Balkan's success as the undisputed messenger of Balkan. Dobro.
svakom je od Rabba poslana, da spozna šta je istina, da nema drugog do njega. Zbog Ahmeda svjetove stvori, to je